Good evening, gamers, and welcome back to Hellstormwargaming. My name is Mikey, and welcome to the Monday show. So sorry I'm late. Some edgelord decided to hold his microphone yesterday and forgot to put it back together just before he started streaming, as you just saw. But thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you're all doing well. Welcome to the stream. My name is Mikey. We have so much to go over today that I have 2 windows open with about 15 tabs each. So let me know who you are and where you're watching from. Thank you so much for tuning in. Again, my name is Mikey. We've got lots to go over. We've got some drama. So hello, hello, hello. No sound, don't lie. I can see it. I can see it, don't lie to me. See? Loads of sound. So apologies I'm late. Didn't mean to start late. I was supposed to start on time. I was literally ready to go. But yeah, I forgot to plug my microphone back in. But let me know who you are, where you're watching from. What's going on? There we go. There we go. I think we're all sorted. I don't know if you saw the Darktide video yesterday. I liked the format. However, Marty Marv, thank you so much for being a member. 24 months Happy 2 years. Happy 2 years, Marty Marv. Thank you so much for tuning in. Really appreciate you being a member for a whole 2 years.
Celebrates 24 months of membership.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yeah, I was I did my Darktide video yesterday. And I was like stood in front of the green screen with my microphone in my hand like that. And I forgot to plug the microphone and put it all back. So I was about to hold it today. But there we go. Well, hello, hello, hello. Hope you're all enjoying your bank holiday if you celebrate in the UK. It just means that you get a free day off for that one time a year. Isn't a 4-day week great? Maybe we should do that all the time. I don't know. You got a license for that green screen. No license for the green screen. I just have to ask nicely. I just have to... What I do is actually I spray paint everything green. And then I clean it off afterwards. It's very disappointing. It's very annoying. Arhane! Thank you for the 25 months.
Where was the blip blap blop, Michael?
Thank you so much for the 25 months, Arhane. I really appreciate you. There was no blip blap blop. I will be doing that again soon, though. Thank you so much. I just realized that the member number has just dropped considerably, which wasn't what it was when I set the goal. So I might change the goal. I'm just going to quickly do that. But welcome. We got 2 big bits of drama to go over. We have a company fucked up again the second time, made the same mistake again, and we're gonna do the Helldivers timeline. If you like Helldivers, then we're gonna do the timeline of the drama for the past 4 days, because the game died and then came back very quickly. My YouTube is saying I've got 0 members. Chat, for some reason it's saying I've got 0 members. Can someone become a member and see if it works again? I don't know if my bot's working. It's just not. It's not. I don't know what's happening. I could really do with it being tested. On jokes aside, or maybe gift a member, that'll work. Des, thanks for the 27 months
of membership.
Thank you for the 27 months. I really appreciate it.
Member.
Goobertown Hobby. 0 members, 1000% soy. How you doing, bud? Thanks so much for tuning in. How you doing well? How you doing well, buddy? I am 1000% soy. That's true. Is that 0 this month? No, it's just not showing the total for some reason. It's not showing anything. Right, let's change the membership goal because that's 40 is way too high. It said 460, but now it's dropped to 440. Probably because I've gone live and I've not had any gifted. Okay. So let me quickly fix that whilst I'm live. But again, yeah, we've got quite a lot to go over. We're going to be talking about AK Interactive because they are a terrible, terrible company. And we're also going to be talking about... the Helldivers timeline. There's the absolute shit show that's happened over the last few days, which has been like crazy. I'm going to take it to 460 because I think resubs have been turned off for some people. Varak Tactics. It was Varak Tactics. Well, let me say hello to everyone who's tuning in. Hello, hello. What is Darktide? Darktide is a video game licensed by Games Workshop to Fat Shark Studios. And then they released it as a board game. Here it is. Darktide, the miniatures game, or the board game as I keep calling it. It's essentially a kill team light. It's rather than being player like a normal game of like kill team. It's like player versus enemy, so you work together to fight the game, which is quite fun. It's a really cool cooperative game, and we're hopefully streaming it this week. I just need to confirm the day with Tom, but we are streaming a playthrough this week, which would be cool. Great video, really enjoyed it. Thanks, Facing Bases. I was like a bit of a different one because normally I do like a painting tutorial and normally I do like a rules review, but I tried to smash them together, and it seemed to go all right. To be honest, I thought it was a cool video. I'm self-employed, so I gave myself the day off and we'll pan it tomorrow. I wish I could do that. Bring on the drama. There's a lot to go over. A hell of a lot to go over. Not the black paint drama, no. AK monetizing current conflicts, LMAO. AK monetizing conflicts, try not to fuck up challenge. Impossible. Next is a book based on the board game. If they release a card game about the board game and then release a book about the card game and then release a movie about the book about the card game, about the board game, about the video game, about the board game, that'd be hilarious. Weird question to ask, but are the hero characters on individual sprues or is it all one sprue? The Ogrin and the Castle Kid are on the same sprue. The other two are separate. I haven't heard about the Culture Hustle. Culture Hustle are putting stickers over their blackish black 3.0 paint and selling this as 4.0. Holy shit, really? Really? No way. No way. Arhane! Thank you for the gifted. Thank you so much, bud. Really appreciate the gifted membership. There you go to test it. I'm going to try refreshing it. Chat, it's still not working. We're gonna have to refresh it. We're gonna have to keep gifting to make sure it works. Thank you, I really appreciate the gift of membership. Where's your jersey? I'm not wearing the jersey today. Lizard of Zoom called them out on it when they were trying to do a cool concept. How does he know they were putting stickers over? Did he literally find one? Blackish paint 3.0 4.0 controversy. It's a 40-minute video. Lizard of Doom, is it? I think I've seen him. Isn't he the guy that made, like, asking Games Workshop's ex-staff Q&A 14 times? I tried to paint the Balrog with the world's blackest paint, but I got scammed.
This project... I thought nothing of it. I saw something peeking through here. This was a black 3.0 bottle. I thought they've probably just bought too many bottles, so they've stuck a sticker over and thought nothing of it. As for choice of model, the Balrog was kind of an...
Holy shit! Holy shit! How does he know it's not just they've just reused a bottle though?
Choice for me because Tolkien describes it as a shadow. This is not what is on, you know, the film and in people's art and the miniature from Games Workshop. I wanted to make this a black void. So you can see why I thought the Balrog would be a perfect experiment for the black 4.0.
Does he say anything else? Chat, I don't want to watch this entire video. Does he say anything else or is it just that sticker? Let's see what he says about it in context.
Villain about to explain his master plan, and then Stuart Semple came along and made the pinkest pink in retaliation. Doom, I am Max. And this project painting the Balrog with the blackest paint I could possibly buy, I thought would be a really good choice, and we'll get into that. First, I want to talk about the paint that I'll be using. Fanta Black is the darkest black paint ever. It was invented by Surrey Nanotech, and this artist, Anish Kapoor, bought the rights to use it in art. That caused quite a stir in the art community, someone having pure rights to a medium and no one else being able to use it. It would also help if he stopped posing like a Bond villain about to explain his master plan. And then Stuart Semple came along and made the pinkest pink in retaliation and banned Anish Kapoor from using it, so everyone else had access to this medium apart from him. And then Stuart Semple went on to develop his own dark black paints, Black 2.0, 3, and now 4. Black 4 is the one that's commercially available, and it is the one I will be using in this project. Or so I thought. Now, someone I'd like to shout out who was instrumental in my research is Stuff by Sunshine, a YouTuber.
That's what I
Their
just pulled
channel
up with
where
his
they
40-minute
test
video.
Art supplies. This is the video. It will be linked down below. They were very good, and we will get back to them at the end of the video. So this is what got delivered to me after a couple of weeks of waiting. This is Black 4.0. But I noticed something. Every other Black 4.0 I've seen comes in a square bottle, and this was in a round bottle. I thought nothing of it. I saw something peeking through here. This was a Black 3.0 bottle. I thought they've probably just bought too many bottles, so they've stuck a sticker over, and thought nothing of it. As for choice of model, the Balrog was kind of an
addresses it at
obvious
the
choice.
end?
Easy as 4.0 looks very familiar to us. Comparing these blacks, as you can see, the Black 3.0 bottle looks very familiar to us, but the Black 4.0 bottle does not. This is what a Black 4.0 bottle looks like.
Issue.
Like
they
if
were
I'm
like, we've
giving them
got
the
too many
benefit of the
bottles,
doubt,
we
yeah, you
haven't
could
got
have ordered
enough of
too
the
many
new
bottles,
one.
just printed a label and put Black 4.0 in the 3 bottle. But I don't think this is what's happened here. This video is a fantastic look at comparing these paints. Not only does it go down like Black 3.0, it has a texture like Black 3.0 and definitely not like Black 4.0. They were quite different in this video. And also the durability. Black 3.0 scrapes off relatively easy, but not as easy as 4.0. So in conclusion, this doesn't work how it is advertised. Even if this is Black 4.0, which I severely doubt that it is. I think it's the previous 3.0, 3, whatever he calls it. It doesn't do the job as advertised.
It just looks like it's been primed. Doesn't it? It just looks like it's been primed. I don't understand the hype around it. I don't think it works. I think it's a bad product.
Stuart Semple.
For this
what I will be doing is sending an email off
anyway
to Stuart Semple to see what the hell is going on here.
What the fuck? So he's potentially, I mean, he's only guessing from the fact that it doesn't look right, but Black 3.0 looks right. And the durability, which he can't really test because he doesn't have 4.0, another one to test against it. But to get it in a different bottle and not even taking the original sticker off is a bit crazy. It's like 45 a bottle as well. Oh shit, okay. Did he buy it direct? I don't know. You can go watch the videos like Lizard of Doom. He seems like a good creator. I've watched a couple of his videos. I had a little nosy at a few of them. But yeah, seems like a cool dude. I have Black 2 and 3. They are not good for miniatures at all. They are extremely chalky thick, and you need to thin and many layers, otherwise your miniature looks terrible and there is not enough surface area to get the actual effect. Yeah, it just doesn't work. I think it's all for miniatures, it's just all a bit of a marketing pop out basically. Just buy black paint. You know, just buy any black paint and matte varnish it afterwards. It'll look black. It will never look like it doesn't exist, like it's part of the void. It'll never look like that. Use spectral analysis. I don't know if he's got access to that, you know. I imagine the promo shots are just doctored, probably. Someone bringing shame to the Stuart name. Yeah, Stuart Semple, I think it was. There's like a big weird lawsuit about the blackiest black of paint. So, I had no idea about that. So thank you for bringing my attention. I will definitely look it up and I'll do some more research. And yeah, Definitely an interesting one. That wasn't what I was supposed to be covering. I've just found out there right now. But anyway, chat, thank you so much for testing out the member goal. We have a member goal of 460 out of... We are 17 away. We are almost halfway to a tattoo, but we are 17 members away. If you'd like to win a dice tin full of Hellstorm dice... Ooh, don't you fucking fall out. Ooh, if you'd like to win, become a member or gift a membership, and we'll be doing a giveaway once we hit the goal. Okay. But we've got a lot to cover. So if you've not tuned into a live stream before, I usually get derailed like that. But the plan usually is we have a chat to the chat. We see what everyone's talking about. We were talking about Blackie's Paint. Now I'm going to talk about something else. And then around half past, in around 10 minutes or so, we'll get into the main topic, which is going to be talking about AK Interactive and why I hate them, why I dislike that company. If we have time, we'll be doing a full Helldivers 2 timeline of their recent controversy over the past 4 days. It's been probably even less than that. It's probably about 3. We'll do a full Helldivers 2 timeline of their controversy, and then if I've got time, we'll just shoot the shit. But I will say thank you to Trolley Cleaner for the 5 gifted. Thank you so much, bud. Thank you so much for the 5 gifted. That's very kind of you. That's very, very kind of you. And Javin, oh my god, another 5. Holy shit. Right, chat, we got this goal's rubbish. We're already there. We're already 7 away. Thank you so much, Javin, for the 5. That's very kind of you. And Trolley Cleaner again, thank you for the 5 as well. That's really kind of you. If you've just been gifted a membership, make sure you say thank you. Because what happens is I get the members, but you get the membership, and you get access to the Discord for 30 days. It's a fair trade, you know? I get all the big number. You get to join the Discord for free. It's a really cool place to be. If you link your account, you get more access to the Discord. There's more rooms in there. There's more things to do. There's more things to get involved with. So make sure you join the Discord if you haven't already.
Gifted member.
So thank you so much, guys, for all the gifted memberships. The Darktide video was ace. Thanks, man. I really appreciate it. I'm really glad you enjoyed it. It was really, really fun. Really fun video. And I like the style, as I've already mentioned. I really like the style as well. Papa Pariah! Papa Pariah, thank you so much for the 5. Holy shit. What the...
Gifted
chat,
member.
what's going on? Why is everybody gifted all this? I meant like 1, not 5 at a time. Charles as well. Thank you for becoming a member at 3D Printer Go. Bertie, you get access to all my STLs and printer settings. But thank you, Papa Pariah, Trolling Cleaner, and Yavin for the 15 gifted collectively. Holy shit.
Gifted
Holy shit. Thank you. Thank you so much. Bank holidays is getting people in the right mood. They certainly do. Certainly do. Okay, we will be doing a giveaway for Dice Tin and Dice. Colours may vary. Very shortly, before we do the main topic, we'll do a live giveaway. Shouldn't have moved the goal. I should have left it at 500. What can I say?
Gifted member.
Beginning of the month, we have money. Thank you so much. I really appreciate all of you. Again, Papa Pariah for the 5, Javi for the 5, Trolling Cleaner for the 5, Charles for becoming a member, Arhane for gifting a membership, Des, Arhane, and Manibar for resubbing as well. That's very kind of you. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you all. That's really kind of you.
Gifted member.
Let me quickly catch up with the chat before we do the giveaway. The number of times I've wanted to paint a part of a mini to be so dark it disappears from sight is 0. You know what? True. All the reasons to hate AK will be here a while. I have quite a few tabs to go over.
Gifted member.
Not wrong. I had worked in paint/coatings research and development and had access to a small amount of Vanta Black when it was still in development. None of these blackish blacks come even close. Interesting. I wanted Void for my mandrakes. Chat, should I buy 18 Mega Knobs? Yeah, do it. Why not? Don't do it, but there you go. They'll get nerf. Wait till the nerf. Decknell, good evening to you. Okay, we've already hit the member goal. So we'll do a Nightbot giveaway. But what I will do is increase the member goal once more tonight. I'm actually running really low on these dice tins. I'm actually running super low on these dice tins now. I think I have like 3 left. including the one I'm about to give away. So I don't know if I'll be able to get a restock. So this could be the last set, allegedly. Don't actually know. I'm basically in contact with the guy who made them before. I haven't heard back. I don't know if they'll be back in stock. So if you would like a dice tin, now's the time. Okay. So let me bump the giveaway. We will do the giveaway, but I'll bump this one to, what, 485 maybe? Because then we'll be even closer to halfway. But also, Big C, thank you so much for the gift. I forgot it. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, man. I really appreciate it. If you're a grey name and you can't afford to become a member, shout at people and say, oh my god, I'm grey. That's so cringe. I wish someone would gift me. And then maybe you will. Thanks, Mikey. Mine turned up. I'm glad, Rich. If you've received your dice tins, make sure you post on Discord. Post and make people jealous. So, okay, let's do a keyword giveaway. Let's do exclamation point. Someone give me a word. A member, give me a word. What would you like the word to be? Only 3. Like, yeah, I think. Let me just double check. I think it's only 3. Yeah, I only see 3, so I'll have to go digging. Bungus. Okay, let's do bungus. Exclamation point bungus in chat. Exclamation point bungus. Type this in chat, as you can see. Write it like this. Write that on its own, okay? That was the first one that came up. Write exclamation point bungus. With a B. Dan Main, Papa Pariah, they're both in. KRDM1, Pretty Odd, Ginger Axe. Okay, now they're all filling up. Type bungus in chat. Get it in there. You'll be in for a chance to win a dice tin full of dice. Ooh, they got 6s on there. They got 1s too, but mostly 6s. I don't have many left, so they will not be around forever, I don't think. I will attempt to get some more, but currently they will not be around forever. So type that in chat. If you are a grey name, now's a good time to become a member, because 1, you will unlock another giveaway, and 2, you will get 10 chances to win instead of 1. If you are a grey name, if you are a free user, you are free to enter. You can just type the word, you are entered. If you are a member, you will get 10 entries instead of 1. As you can see, if you type the word exclamation point bungus, regulars get no luck. A regular is a grey name who's subscribed, and a channel member is someone who's a green name. That's whether they become a member themselves or they were gifted a membership. They will get 10 chances to win instead. So now's the time to become a member, because 1, you'll unlock a second giveaway if we hit the second goal, but also you will get 10 entries instead of 1, which is pretty fun. Grey names are lucky, so didn't they win the last 2? No, a grey name hasn't won in about a month and a half. I don't remember the last person who was a grey name who won, because it tells me when they win. There was a bit of a streak. There was 3 grey name wins in a row, but we haven't had one since. So if you see your name on the left here, and you see that you've got a blue tick next to your name, that means you've entered. For example, Faces and Bases has spoken in chat, however, hasn't typed exclamation point bungus, so he's not entered. Neither is Rich Beeden. Rich has already won a set, but he's welcome to enter again. Pretty Odd, thank you for becoming a member as well. Thank you very much for becoming a member. Wait, we get 10 entries from you. If you are a grey name like you are, if you type exclamation point bungus, it enters you once. If you are a green name, it enters you 10 times. Okay? You see, it's simple as that. Basically, you've got more chance to win. If you like full terms and conditions, you can type T &C in chat. You'll get the full terms and conditions. It is free to enter anywhere in the world. If you are outside the UK, you may be shipped a prize, or you'll be shipped something of equal value digitally, such as a voucher. But I don't want anything entering me. Well, you've got one free one. Okay, enjoy it while you can. Enjoy it while you can.
Chungus bungus.
Thank you for the 5, Tom. I really appreciate you, bud. Mods should only get 2. Why? Mods can enter as well. But if they're not a member, they'll only get one entry. Mods don't get any extra luck. They only get extra luck if they are channel member. So type exclamation point Bungus. It's on screen right now, or the chat is currently spamming it. And yeah, you'll be in with a chance to win. And if we hit it again, we'll do it again. Okay, so thanks everyone who become a member. Thanks everyone for gifting. Well, only if you let other people join the Discord and join the community of the Small Board Gang, the Boys Club, you've also triggered a giveaway. It's messed up. We haven't got into it yet. We will be getting into it very shortly. Very, very shortly. But now's the time to type exclamation point Bungus. You were talking about orcs, I heard fungus. We're talking about bungus, not fungus. The Degenerates. Why did I struggle with that? Man, that was a stutter and a half, wasn't it? The Degenerates Club. There we go. So if you see your name here, there's like 76 people. There's 76 of you have entered. Thank you so much, everyone. If you see your name here, do I have to read them out? Right, I'm going to read them out, then I'll do the giveaway, okay? LA, Andy, Aaron, Ben, Bewildered, Big C, Big E, Bishop, Brett, Broken, Carl, Charles, Clown, Cole, Connor, Dan, Datsun, Deck, Dr. Gob, Faces, Free Radio, Greg, Hatman, Hi, it's Griff, Hockham, Hungry Bert, Infernus, Javin, Jamal Lambs the Magpie, Jason Rowe, J Hugh, J Mad, John Battle, John, Joseph, Josh Derrick, Khan, Knox, KRDM, KRE, Leaks Weeks, Little Plastic People. I don't know why I said like that. Lord, Magnus, Magoo, Money Marv, Merc, Michael Gray, Necros, 9G, Papa Pariah, Patrick. This person hasn't entered. Pretty Odd. Revelo, RF Ramp. This person hasn't entered. Sebastian, Sag, Salistar, Salt, Skiffy, Sean, Shazzy, Steelman, Steve, Taste of, The Last Nerd, The Duke, The Ginger Axe, Lone Wolf Thing, Thomas Faulkner, Thomas Wilkins, Tom Draper, Trolling Cleaner, Volpol, Wesley, and Woodimp. If I read out your name, you have entered the giveaway. If I didn't read out your name, you haven't typed exclamation point Bungus. Okay? And if I said this person hasn't entered, it's because you've spoken in chat, but you haven't typed exclamation point Bungus. Okay? That's all you have to do. Type this. Type this in chat. Ba-bam. You'll be entered to win. Now, there's 80 people entered. Now, obviously, I'm not going to read it out again, but if it just is a fat chance you did it. A good chance. If you just tried while I was reading out names, it was a good time. Okay? Only 4 likes on the stream. That's true. That's true. How about we draw the giveaway? There's 150 of you watching. If 70 of you like the stream, okay, to 100. Can we get 100 likes and then I'll do the giveaway? All right, it's engagement bait. I know it's engagement bait. However, you're all really fucking lazy to like the fucking stream, okay? No dice. No dice into like, please. Pretty please, like Bam said. Pretty little please, okay? Likes for the Argo. Thanks, Georgie. Appreciate you. Okay. 54. How about another 46 of you? There's 150 watching. That is like a third of you. Okay. If you like the stream, I'll give dice. Okay. Where are my keys? I need some keys. I need something to jingle. Like the stream. Like the stream and I'll give dice. Is this working? Is this working? Like the stream. 81. Only 19 to go. Come on. Tune in. I'll draw it as soon as we get 100 likes. I'm shaking the keys. Is this working? Is this working? 83. I showed you my dice. Please reply. Where's the Minecraft clips under the video? I'll put on Subway Surface if it means you're going to keep watching. Okay. I just need you to tab back in, like the stream, then tab out again. 10 more of you. 10 more. Look at the keys. Chat, look at the keys. You can see them. Look how they jingle. Jingle, jingle, jingle. Look at that. Look at that. It's crazy. 10 people need to like the stream. There's 150 of you. To be fair, though, what I will say, whilst I'm nagging for 100, getting to 90 that fast was very, very impressive. So thank you. Thank you so much for liking it. That was very sick. I felt really powerful then. That was like actually a little bit crazy, okay? I think I'll accept 92. I'll accept 90. Oh, you cancelled something. It worked. I'm not even going to accept 92. We're at 98, okay? We're at 98. I can't believe jingling keys worked. What the fuck? I'm going to jingle keys at the stream more often. Look. One more. One more like. We made 100. There we go. Oh my god. Who just unliked it? I saw that. I saw that. Look at the keys. Ooh, look at the keys. I can see, chat, I can see you all unliking, okay? I can see when you're unlike, and now I've got to wait. No idea what happened. Joined with no sound, saw keys and lights. Well done. Well done. Keep jingling who we all like it, okay? Right, that's it. We've got 100 likes. Are you ready to draw the giveaway? Are you ready to draw the giveaway? In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I paused because there's a big delay. Congratulations to Andy! Well done, Andy Evans. Andy, shout up in chat. Well done, you've just won a set of dice. It will not be these ones because I've just chucked them all over the floor. You've won a dice tin in a dice. Dice in a dice tin. Where did that go? Oh, God. I found it. I found it. There we go. You've just won a set of dice and a dice tin. You also get a little business card that has my website. It says thanks for your order. Look at that. It has all my socials on there. Very epic. Let's go. Woohoo. Thank you, mate. We'll add it to my Hellstorm merch pile. Well done, Andy. Let's shout out Andy. Well done, mate. If you'd like to do another giveaway and you'd like to see more keys, become a member, okay? Andy, make sure you join the Discord if you haven't already. Drop me a message and get me your shipping details and I'll get these shipped out to you as soon as possible. If you've won some in the past, all of your prizes have already been shipped out. They've either arrived or they're on their way, okay? Let me know when they arrive or let me know if you haven't received it yet and I'll try and sort it out for you. They're not drop dice, they are pre-tested. I do want more keys. Okay, Andy, well done, mate. Drop me a DM on Discord to claim your prize. You've got 7 days to message me. That's quite a lot. Okay. Okay, where were we? Where were we? Oh, that's quite loud. Thank you, everyone. Really appreciate it. Really, really appreciate it. I was going to stop recording there and start again. Okay, chat. Let's talk about the drama, shall we? Are you ready for the drama? We have around by 6 minutes, but I mean, I gave away some dice, so not the end of the world.
Big C celebrates 10 months of membership.
Thanks for the 10 months.
Must not submit bank details and social security number.
Member, Big C celebrates 10 months of membership. C's keys must not.
Every time we
submit
get a
bank
member, should I
details
jingle
and
some
social
keys?
security number.
That would be very funny to do. That would be very funny to do. Every time there's a new member or a resub, you get a little key jingle to get your attention. That could be fun. Okay. All right. We got some drama to talk about. Now, this is a pretty heavy topic, okay? This is a pretty heavy topic, so we're going to try and take it, like, step by step. It's going, I will just say, as a warning, there are some trigger warnings about some pretty horrific stuff that we're going to be talking about. But I'm going to try and cover it lightly and cover it as, like, quite factually. I'm probably not going to have too many whips in some of the sections of this stream. However, we need to talk about it, okay? So, you know me. When there's a company that does something stupid, I am not afraid to call them out for being stupid, okay? And there's one... you know it's about AK when there's a content warning. I mean, yeah, literally. if there's one company that I really can't stand of just like, I don't know how they do stuff so stupidly and don't consult like anyone else. It just feels like their entire company just has blinkers on. It's AK Interactive. Okay, AK Interactive manufacture paints, books, model kits, and just like everything. They sponsor a lot of YouTubers around the community, giving them free paints or like free shout outs and stuff like that. But I have a serious problem with AK because I do not like the way they manage their company. Okay. Are you going to make me feel bad about using AK paints again? Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Okay. So if you don't know AK Interactive, they make a whole bunch of like hobby products. Okay. It's a company based in Spain. They're getting quite large. They kind of died away for a little bit, and then they have like come back into the fold. Again, by sponsoring most YouTubers on the platform, it feels like every other YouTuber somehow includes some AK Interactive products because they're just like throwing so much at them, which is fine. And I've got no problem with the company throwing product at like a YouTuber, an influencer for like some free marketing. It is just how it is. Okay, people do it to me all the time. It's fine, but I wouldn't accept one from AK for a lot of reasons, which I'm going to be going over today. But they announced a brand new product in April. A few days ago. Well, it was like announced at the end of April. It's only been out a few days. It's currently on pre-order as far as I can tell. And, you know, AK are well known for odd publications at really inopportune times, or just done poorly. And their newest one is no different. Meet the Soviet arsenal in the war in Ukraine. By Lax Lemaire. Now, I don't want to directly attack the author, but the company AK is the publisher, and they should know better, in my opinion. So, as you can see, it is about the war in Ukraine. More specifically, the war in Ukraine that started in February 2022, as per their marketing. The Russian invasion of Ukraine began on the 24th of February 2022. Now, just to note, there's no end date mentioned because this war is still ongoing, by the way. Don't know if anyone forgot, okay? We love to be consumers, little consumers, eating all our Greggs and Marks and Spencers and whatever. The war is still ongoing in Ukraine, just as a clarification. And marked the largest conventional military attack on European soil since World War II. That is still happening. The majority of the contenders' arsenal was of Soviet origin, because the Russians are still invading Ukraine, or still attempting to invade Ukraine. It is a thing that is happening daily. Okay? This book portrays vehicles with a real background. Here's the stone. Here's the throw. It's happening over there, by the way. You're in Spain. It's literally over there. Altered by time and battles, and in some cases modified to adapt to the conditions of the terrain. Russian vehicles from the Soviet era are perfect for representing a variety of effects. They're also perfect at slaughtering people, by the sounds of it, because they literally kill people on the daily. Quite literally, right now, today. And often display an extremely advanced level of wear while remaining operational. Well, thank God. Thank God they can show an advanced level of wear while remaining operational to invade another country as of today. That's probably why they are so popular in modelling. Contender makes it sound so, what's the word I'm looking for here? This is just a yikes all round. And as you can see, let's see what they've got to say more specifically. I've actually got their Instagram open, and I've got like a recording of the video. However, you might not be able to tell, but the comments are off on this Instagram reel. I wonder why the comments are off. It's almost like they preemptively knew that this was a bad idea, that people would be outraged about it. Okay. And and they went with it anyway. They went with it anyway. All right. So let's have a look what they had to say.
Good day, friends. Today we're going to take a brief look at a new
You can see there, you can see the likes, you can see the shares, but you can't see the comments because there isn't any, because they turned them off.
publication from AK Interactive, The Soviet Arsenal in the War in Ukraine, as authored by Max Lemaire. Well, as you might imagine, recent world events has sparked quite a bit of interest, especially amongst armor modelers.
Recent world events. The literal war that is happening right now. Imagine, just imagine for a moment, you are escaping a war-torn country because your country is being attacked. You are a refugee of Ukraine, okay? You are fleeing war, and there's a company selling books about it already. They're like, you know what? Let's just, do you want to buy this on your way out? You could use it as a little thing to keep you warm. You could use it as a light reading on the train. Recent world events still calls them Soviets.
In this publication, Max has done a wonderful job in 6 different articles through 119 pages of capturing many of the more iconic vehicles of this conflict and even a few vehicles.
He's done an excellent job in capturing the iconic vehicles of a current war. I mean, are you for real? Are you for real? Wait, what's the matter? Is the stream dying? The stream says it's fine, my end. Stream health. Excellent. Stream is healthy. Try refreshing. I don't know what else you want me to say. Is YouTube down? I've just lost like half my viewers. What the fuck? Is YouTube down? I never left. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Video streaming. Okay. I don't know if it's me or it's this big fuck off line that's happened at 7:15. YouTube died as soon as you slagged off Putin. You know what, fair. It has no. This is all you, chat. This is you. This red line is you, not me. Okay, hit refresh. Hit refresh. It looks like all my viewers just came back. I don't know what's happening. Be careful, AK have hired the same hitmen as Boeing to sabotage you. Okay, anyway. YouTube not letting this woke YouTuber talk about war being bad. Quite. Anyway, I'll rewind it for those who have missed it, okay?
In 6 different articles through 119 pages of capturing many of the more iconic vehicles of this conflict and even a few.
So basically, he elaborates that the author has managed to capture many iconic vehicles of current war, okay?
Few vehicles that are maybe a little less ordinary. Let's detail some of these projects within. We start off with a UAZ. It's been converted into an ambulance in Ukrainian service. A little bit of conversion on that particular project. Follow that with the MTLB, which is sporting or carrying a ZU-23 gun. Follow that with a GAZ-60.
People are literally fleeing this, by the way. Like, right now. People are literally fleeing this war, and this company is glorifying how you can recreate it and put it on your shelf, by the way.
6. We then have a 2S1 artillery piece, all nicely done. And finally,
Nicely done, artillery piece. Literally killing people on the daily. Let's go, said AK. Let's get it. Let's get this artillery piece on the shelf to represent what it's doing. Yesterday. Earlier. Oh, what it's about to do. Literal hammer and sickle terrain, milking the Soviet aesthetic, whole thing's a grift. Oh, it's a big grift.
72, which has all the accoutrements of the recent Russian offensives. And one nice feature that I really appreciate with Max's work is that every one of these projects also includes a small base, and he goes into detail on how he constructs that. Then,
oh, at least you can recreate the Ukrainian ground where all the dead people are, you know? Or at least you can recreate all the blood splatters from people who died yesterday. That's great. What a great idea that is.
To finalize this entire book, a huge project. We have a Maz with a trailer, and it's in a kind of a recovery mode here. So it's in Ukrainian service, and Max goes ahead and puts that T-72 onto the trailer. It looks very great.
It's going to get repaired so it can go out and kill more people. What a fantastic product. What a fantastic product we should all go out and buy, he said sarcastically.
This is a great publication.
Great
I hope
publication.
You enjoyed this small preview. Thank you very much.
If it's a great publication, AK, why'd you turn the comments off? If it's a great publication, AK, why do you gloss over it in all of your marketing? What do you reckon? Explain to me. Explain to me, if you're so proud of this publication, why are you actively turning off comments? Almost like you know it's not a good publication. You're just trying to grift some money. Great value. Just, I don't understand. Fuck off, there's a Z-paint on one of the tanks. I don't understand the implications of that. But I imagine it's probably dog shit. That one? That? I don't understand. Z for check. Oh, okay. Oh, let's just put a fucking Z on it as well then. There it is. Look, I just can't stand this company because they do this and I can't not see it as trying to be edgy and to be like, haha, we're an edgy company because we do funky stuff that other people don't dare do. After their condemned or whatever book it was called from 2020, after that, I just can't take this company seriously. And ultimately, I just think all of their products are dog shit because I just can't. I think what they do is horrific. Okay, in my personal opinion, this is not factual, but in my personal opinion, I don't like how this company operates. I don't think they're edgy. I think they're really, really awful. I don't think they're cool and saying the things that other people don't want to say. I think it's really, really shit of them. When they have a product called Paint Stripper and have a pole dancer on the bottle, in my opinion, it just looks shit and it just is an ick. It is just like gross. It's not funny. It's not edgy. It's not cool. It's just awful. And it's just like, that's what you think of other people. And this is just like another string to the awful bow that they are trying to play. You know? Like, if you don't know why I can't stand AK, like, at all, it's because of when they used the Holocaust and the Rwandan genocide to sell a brand new publication. It just feels like it doesn't matter how good the product might be, how good of a coverage the paints get, how great the streaking grime is. Because there's other companies that make great streaking grime and don't change the colour halfway through if you want to really start there, if you want to talk about the exact product. But using a Holocaust and a genocide to promote a new product is horrible, is disgusting. And this happened in 2020, okay? And ever since, when people are like, why don't you like AK? It's because of this. And they just don't, they haven't learned from their own mistakes. They're just repeating them. And they know that they're a problem, or they wouldn't turn up. Why would you turn off comments on an advertisement, okay? Do you want people interacting with your brand new product you're so proud to produce? Why would you need to turn off the comments? I wonder why. It's almost like they know they're going to get themselves in shit, but they don't want to avoid it. They want to try and try and hide from it, but by turning the comments off, when ultimately it just makes yourself look worse. You know, if you're going to make a dumb product and you're going to put yourself in a shit PR position, own it, in my opinion. Own it. And I'm actually really mad about this now. I'm actually really, really mad. Okay. Now, there's a great Reddit thread that sums up everything that happened in 2020. But we're going to have to look at it for people, because I want this as a big refresher of like why I won't use AK products. The video, okay? The synopsis. This is all about AK. It's from 2020 when they released a book showing you how to make a gas chamber and how they use derogatory terms towards Jewish people and gay people, okay? Whether it was used at the time when they are making their little dioramas, it doesn't matter. You don't have to say that right now, okay? Scale modelling is a hobby of building and painting hobby models. You anything from modern day tanks, World War II planes to wargaming such as Warhammer 40k. You build a scaled down replica of something and paint it. Well, I'm relatively new to this hobby, and there's been a fair amount of drama involving this company in the past due to some bizarre decisions. Fucking add one of them today, shall we? War in Ukraine, recreational book. We'll add that to the list of terrible decisions they've made. If you don't know who AK Interactive is, they are a fairly well-known company that offers a wide variety of hobby supplies. Everything from tools, glues, scenery to a wide variety of paint, and if you wanted the specific colours for a Tiger tank built in 1945, would have you covered. In general, from my own experience and what I've heard from others, they are fairly well regarded for the quality of their products. Great. Their products are great, allegedly. They also have a fair share of publications ranging from how-to guides to extremely specific topics such as a German camouflage schemes from the year 1945. But they announced a new publication called Condemnation, where modelling becomes art and art is a social denounce. Coming out on September 3rd, 2020. This is when it came out. So I'm gonna read something to you now, and this is from their marketing, just from their marketing. And it is a little bit, it's a bit horrific. So again, there's where my trigger warning. But this is what they used on their marketing. Again, I know I'm bringing up news from 4 years ago, but this also wants to be a whole reminder of why I don't like AK Interactive. Are you ready? 4 grams of Zyklon B, a pesticide made from cyanide largely used in prison camps of Auschwitz and Oranienburg, are enough to cause a dreadful death. Jews, gypsies, gays, and every individual who showed any hint of dissidence in front of the Aryan postulates were the right candidates for confinement and extermination, just like a plague of insects and rodents. During the Nazi barbarism years, all of those people were considered subhuman beings who had been erased from the world. They were not women, men, or children anymore. They were infectious rats who were putting in danger the German utopia and had to be treated as rats. How do we deal with rats? Using poison, of course. Like, you could describe anything, but putting that in your publication, like your marketing material, is probably not the best time to write that. Maybe when we're talking about a historical look back, like we're using like history books and stuff like that was obviously said. But putting that on your marketing material to sell a book, to recreate stuff, probably not the best time. Especially, again, trigger warning. Now, it is a I believe this is a diorama, not a photo, but just to be a reference, on their Facebook page, they posted pictures of the... Do I need to say it? Do I need to say it out loud? Okay. Do I need to say this out loud? What they used in their marketing? Or do we just look at this picture? Is this quoted from Nazi propaganda or something, or did one of the AK staff write it for marketing? That's not a diorama. I didn't think it was, but there you go. I don't want to say it out loud. I don't want to say it, but they used that in their marketing. That's just one of the things that they used. Okay, they just put a whole picture of it on their marketing. Just went, "Are you ready to recreate pesticides?" I didn't mean to put that back on, sorry. I'm so mad. I'm so angry. I can't believe I'm having to go through this. Are you ready? No, I'm not ready for you to model genocide victims. Quite literally. They also released 2 trailers just as horrible. One used footage from the Holocaust showing mass graves, while the second one has a bunch of footage of mass graves from the Rwandan genocide. Both have been taken down and they cannot find in mirrors. They tried extremely hard to be edgy while at the same time using stock footage of genocide to advertise a product. Now, the whole point of this is to sell their new publication, which consists of 3 books. Each of those books come with some scale models, such as Vietnamese Child and others. Other 2 I'm not so sure about. Now, let me just double check the links so we can have a look. I don't really want to show them too much, but they were used in marketing. You know, they were used in their marketing until they removed the product. And I think the product is actually out now, but they edited it. They censored some of the bits. They got rid of the chambers, okay? They got rid of the chambers that they were, like, recreating. They got rid of that section. But what they did keep is dioramas of mass graves. Just like of the Rwandan genocide, just like some guys digging up a mass grave, and you can recreate that as a diorama, you know. And that's still in there. It's still on the website. If you go to, I believe, if you go on the website now, what's the book called? Because I'm pretty sure they're on the website. So these are the these are the censored versions, and as you can see, they create some pretty horrific stuff still. This is a real book that you can really buy. It's the re-edited version. Thank God. Thank God they've got the re-edited version of some guy shooting up. What a great thing that we want to paint for some reason. And yeah, just just says it all, okay? Just says it all. I don't really need to keep going, but even then again, up until this point, it looked like a terrible PR campaign, trying to sell an edgy product. If they had tried to be much more tasteful about the whole thing and presented this book as an art idea, it probably would have gone down and much better. However, the content of these books is just as bad. Created a scale model of a gas chamber, how to properly model mass graves, how to paint a junkie shooting up, and how to accurately creating a diorama involving a drowned child. More or less, how to accurately recreate and model war crimes and other horrific things using your AK interactive products. Now, that's the thing. If you are, like, on the one hand, to be the devil's advocate, people recreate atrocities in art form as a way to express emotions and feelings about what happened. But it's usually very tasteful, you know? Coming out to be an edgelord of like, are you ready? Are you ready to get Zyklon B? Are you ready to recreate chambers? It's just awful. And this is the reason why I have a real strong distaste towards this company, was this instance, okay? Then the paint stripper debacle, and now I feel like they're just doing the same thing with the war in Ukraine, the Soviet vehicles in Ukraine book that they've released. Again, they still have this product available. It is now a censored version. What's missing from there, I don't actually know, and I really don't care to find out, okay? But overall, I just don't understand how these companies still operating when they post horrific stuff. But I do feel like it's just like kind of like people with like short memories, you know, or just went in the hobby when this was happening. But this is like peak COVID-19. You know, it was like 6 months into COVID-19 across Europe. So for the aftermath, it took less than an hour for the company to pull everything. While the book is still up for sale, they removed a fair bit of the more edgy content mentions. They no longer mention the scale models you get with the books. They immediately removed the videos from YouTube and started mass deleting most comments on their Facebook page. Apparently, some of their employees tried to defend what they're doing as art. However, I cannot find any screenshots, so that's all allegedly. We're just reading off the post. Since then, they've released 2 different apologies, and both were almost immediately deleted due to outrage. So we have those apologies. Let's cut to the apologies. And this is what they said, but again, this is from 2020. This isn't now. At AK Interactive, our intention has always been to push the boundaries of our hobby. Push the boundaries. That's one way to put it. Yesterday, we posted some content online to advertise our new book, Condemnation, that offended many, and for that, we sincerely apologize. It was not our intention to offend, and we deeply regret that it had this effect. In the morning, we launched a hard-hitting advertising campaign for our new publication. Hard-hitting is definitely a word for it, which contained graphic images and phrases from historical texts that many found offensive. The content we posted portrayed human suffering in its most extreme form, and it was accompanied by articles from the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. This was designed to demonstrate the disconnect between the ideal of human rights and the lived experience of so many throughout recent history. We kept those videos online for a period of time, during which they were viewed several thousand times, probably. And then removed them, advertising the book through another video that was also then taken down. Our aim in posting this content was to generate the feelings of rage and indignation that such human tragedies generate when they first occur. And while this anger can persist, all too often these tragedies are soon forgotten, their memory disappears as if they never happened. Yeah, because people don't really like being reminded of war crimes and literal genocides. But you wrote it down in a book and said, just fucking paint it, mate. Just use AK Interactive Products to recreate it. Great job. Great job, guys. That is the object of Condemnation. It is designed as a humble piece of social commentary. Are you ready to exterminate rats? They said, social commentary. Capturing such tragedies as the Vietnam War, the genocide in Rwanda, the disappearance of the RLC, and the ravages of drug addiction, so they are not forgotten. The concept behind Condemnation was to assemble a team of first-class modelers. Great job. Got him there. To capture something of these events and themes in miniature. There are a series of vignettes and dioramas made with painstaking and painful realism. Someone sat and stared at that shit and created it for hours on end and just went, you know what? Time to take some pictures and get that in a fucking book. That's what they said. That's really what they said. It was an unconventional approach to our hobby, but one we believe has a valid place within it. We hope modelling can be a tool for social commentary, raising awareness and causing the audience to ask fundamental questions. Like, what products do I need to paint Zyklon B? I don't know. You know, what product do I need to recreate this tank that killed someone yesterday? If we're talking more modern day, rather than the situation that happened in 2020. We can just look at this apology and just think about what they do today, okay? Again, if you're a refugee, if you're literally escaping war, the first thing you want to see is on a shelf is a book about recreating the vehicles that made you that way or put you in that position. You approach this difficult subject with care. What? What? Are you joking? Are you high? It's almost like this apology should have been deleted, which it did. They approached it with care, taking the advice of journalists who have worked in conflict settings with organizations who work in the field of human rights. I think you fucking need to hire some new PR team, okay? We decided upon an advertising campaign that would recreate the same feelings of disgust, horror, and rejection as news of the events themselves would do. Yep. The thing to sell the book is to make people disgusted. And be like, you know what? Whoa. That is a horrific war crime. Why don't I buy a book and some AK products? That's exactly what you want your company associated with. Oh, it seems like it because you're doing it again. We decided upon a... Blah, 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 blah. It was designed to prick our readers' conscience, like the theme of the book itself. We knew it would be controversial, but we accept that the content shared as a part of our advertising campaign was a misjudgment on our part and that we underestimated the offence it would cause. And finally, AK Interactive committed to human rights. Proceeds from Condemnation will go to local NGO Ethiopia that works towards reconstruction of Ethiopia, a country that suffered from several decades of civil war. As a company, we have supported local charities initiative, and during the worst months of COVID-19 pandemic, we donated several thousand euros to different organizations. Thank God they donated, because they just keep recreating dog shit. On this occasion, we got it wrong, and we wholeheartedly apologize. I can't wait for them to copy-paste this apology. And we wholeheartedly apologize for any offense caused by our advertising campaign and the images and sentiments it portrayed. We do believe modeling can act as a social commentary, and the content in Condemnation is one means by which we can explore and reflect upon the darker sides of human condition. I don't think anyone should be trying to like personally, I don't think you can go, you know what, I'm going to recreate that chamber as a way to socially comment on it. If you wanted, that's fine, but maybe let's not try and profit from it, AK. How about that? How about not trying to profit from stuff like that? No? No? Do it again, will we? Oh, yeah, okay. We sincerely hope that one day the Universal Declaration of Human Rights will truly encompass all of humanity. Apologize, but then keep the product up. Yeah, literally. Literally. So that was the big thing that, in my opinion, caused AK to just lose all respect to me, personally. I'm not telling you how to spend your money. You can spend your money however you like. I don't care. Personally, I won't use their products because of that. But then it just feels like with this, they're just doing it again. It's just history repeating itself quite literally. The war isn't over yet, and they're already trying to profit from it, which, in my opinion, is just horrific. And again, they know there's an issue. They know there's a problem, because why turn again, as I mentioned, why turn the comments off? You know, why turn the comments off of your Instagram reel? Why not post about it in your marketing videos? Why only mention it for a quick second if you are trying to profit from it? Like, own it full chest, and be ready for the outrage, because they're trying to like a weird one. They're trying to advertise it, but advertise it as like, oh, it's just, you know, we just recreate some trucks and stuff, you know, we're just making some trucks. It's about the Soviets. When no, it's about Ukraine. Like, it's happening today. The war is still ongoing. It doesn't matter if the war was finished yesterday, finished a month ago. Look, you're welcome to recreate anything you like, but trying to profit on a war that is happening right now is probably not the best idea, in my opinion, and why I just like have a super horrible, disgusting taste in my mouth when it comes to AK Interactive, and why I won't be showing them on the channel. Okay. What better way to be forefront on the modelling than to cover modelling design of models in an ongoing conflict? Do you think they went up and just took pictures of them? You know? Have they mentioned whether the profits are going to support Ukraine or even Russia? Oh, a weird stipulation on the end, but no. Nothing mentioned about where the profits are going, except for their pocket. Just going in their pocket, by the looks of it. 860 military personnel reported died yesterday alone in Ukraine. Well, at least, you know, we could... Maybe AK will paint 860 people who died yesterday as a way to, I don't know, recreate the most iconic moments in the war in Ukraine that is happening right now. I don't know. Ah. God, it just angers me so much. It just angers me so much. 860, thank God we don't have any pics in the book. Well, maybe they'll release some an FAQ. Maybe they'll release an extra page. Oh, by the way, guys, this happened yesterday. Why don't you make that as well? Why is profiteering off any war in history okay? Honest question, because it was 70 years ago. I don't know. I personally don't profit off any war. And it's not something I would aim for. But at least let's try not to profit on the war currently happening. And then maybe when we look at the history of it, like in 50 years, it's a little bit different, okay? As I always mention with like historical gaming, I have a great time with historical gaming. But at least the historical gaming is not known memory. It's stuff that's happened with people who aren't currently alive today. And at least that's, I feel like, is a little bit better than just doing it now, you know? Just talking about it now. I don't know. Unless the profits go to raise money for drones for UK, the profits are going in AK's pocket. Okay. People build model boats. They don't build the Titanic on the ocean floor accompanied by a wrecked submarine. Exactly. Dioramas like this are good for in a museum to give you a view of a horrific situation, but you don't make books to create it, and don't do it with current war and murder. Exactly. Can't agree more. It doesn't happen. It's not about wars that are happening right this second. Literally yesterday, you know? Because again, if 860 people died, you know, God rest their souls, if 860 people died, are they going to, like, recreate that now? Start working on it now so it's ready? You know, next week they'll have it ready to go. It's just the lack of awareness and the lack of, like, it's just like, I'm just lost for words. I'm just lost for words that this company keeps doing this, you know? We are sorry, but we like money. Very true, MPF. So I'm just catching up with chat. Push the boundaries to where? Do you know what? I think they should just fucking put the boundaries back down and walk the other direction. They don't need to push any boundaries. Put the boundary down, walk away. Recreate stuff that happened in World War II, okay? Keep it there. Don't even do that. Or they just seem to have like a thing of just like recreating, being edgy, talking, you know, no one else is publishing a book like this. Like, there's a reason why, and they just love to do it. AK's next painting guide will be on how to paint people dying of COVID on ventilators, probably. I'd rather the profits wouldn't go to killing more people regardless if they're Russian or not. Exactly. Exactly. Like, the profits are at least only going in AK's pocket, you know? At least they're not going towards the war. I don't judge people playing military historicals, keyword historicals, but real world stuff is real ick for me, and I say that as someone that's served. Yeah, like, imagine Warlord Games released a new game, okay, that was Ukraine versus Russia tabletop game. It's essentially that's the sort of product that they're like start to play with. The AK would think is actually okay, you know. Let's get some tanks out, guys. Let's get some Ukrainian tanks with some Russian tanks and push them around the tabletop. Like, are you? It's essentially the same. They just make a slightly different product. It's more about recreating it perfectly, you know. So is time just the difference between what is okay to play and what is not? I feel like time is definitely a benefactor that helps, but I don't think anyone should be trying to make products about recreating a war that is happening now. And I don't think that's a radical thing to say. If you think you're trying to gotcha me in the chat, because I can see what you're trying to do. You're trying to get, well, how many is it, Mikey? Write down the number. Write down the number, Mikey. Go on. Maybe just not about the war that's happening right this second. You know, if they release a book in a year's time, you know, and the war ended today, which it hasn't, by the way, it's still happening. 860 people dead, as Woodin post pointed out. At least in a year, there's been a year, you know. If there's been 10 years, at least that's a little bit better, you know. It's happening now, today. And they're trying to make fucking products about it. I'm not sat here trying to, like, say, well, I would make a product if only 5 years passed, because I wouldn't. I'm not going to try and make a product because I fucking don't care about that, you know? But I think there is an aspect of time that makes it more acceptable. AK's at a board meeting voted to see if they're going to do war crimes to sell books. Look, they're just trying to, like, you know, make you feel disgusted, just like real war crimes. Those textures and effects can be done outside of the war atrocity realm. Let's do Rush. Shall we do an old gate in a house? No, let's do attractive filling a mass grave. Literally. Like, because it's just a wild one, because you can't look at it and go, this is a really shit way to do stuff, because obviously whoever has recreated these they've done it exceptionally well. They just shouldn't be doing it in this context. I'm not denying the skills of these people on modeling have, but what they should be doing is doing it on other things. And if people want to create something that is an arts piece, this is a social commentary on something happening, that's up to them. You shouldn't be trying to just, like, publish books about it, you know? It's just like, you could literally do anything. The techniques that they are showing you can be used in any other context whatsoever on the planet, okay? But they're choosing to use the context of this as a current war, okay? And that's my problem. That's my problem there. It's simple. At the very least, we demand the people still alive or died yesterday be treated with some dignity and respect. Of course, time is a factor. Exactly. Exactly. Yeah, it's just like, it's all about the dignity of the thing and the respect of the thing that is happening now, because they are showing no respect to a current war right now, you know? It all comes down to intent. AK seems to have a history of questionable decisions, therefore it appears to be disingenuous at the very least. Exactly. That's the problem. Random people can search what's being used there and figure it out. They don't have to say this is the current war, which they literally do. They literally do write the first line. This is what it's in reference to. The current war. They literally could have swapped this recent one to be Cold War instead. It's that easy, but then they don't get the publicity. I mean, yeah, am I adding to the problem by showing you the product, by saying this is a horrible product? Maybe. You can go out and buy it if you want. I'm not telling you not to buy it. I'm just saying I don't like this product. I don't like how this company operates. I do not like AK Interactive because I just feel like the marketing department especially is just like they just got some very strange ideas and I'm not a fan. Okay? I'm not a fan. So anyway, that's my thoughts on the recent AK Interactive drama, for lack of a better term. And yeah, I'm just not a fan. Not a fan. Anyway, I'll read chat and then we'll move on to the next one, which is a little bit lighter but still funny. Sorry if you watched that and it's, you were affected by anything by it. I do really apologise, but ultimately I'm trying to cover something that happened, that is happening, and it's hard to avoid it, you know? You know it's bad when Geography Stuff World don't copy your idea, True. I think it's fair to say that AK has some gross marketing without Pylon or helping market the brand. Yeah, I just don't like how they operate. Moving on to more drama. Yeah, well, we're going to be talking about Helldivers now. We're going to be talking about Helldivers now. Which is at least made up war. Excuse me. This is why I personally don't play real life history games. Can't feel the Nazi vibe as I do the Chaos vibe. Yeah, like that's the thing. I don't like it either. I'm not usually a fan, and if I am, I just don't like playing. I'll play anything but, you know. Don't get me wrong. I have played the Germans in Flames of War. You know, painted a few Germans in my time in the game Tanks by Gale Force 9. I played the Germans as well. I just painted them as tanks, mate. I didn't care what they looked like. Some of them we painted as different Space Marine chapters and then took them to tournaments to annoy people, which is very fun. But ultimately, you can do what you want. You can do what you want. I don't care. I'm telling you my opinion. You take my opinion. You it either goes in one ear out the other, or you take what I've said and you come up with your own opinion. Ultimately, I don't care. I'm just, I obviously do care. That's probably a lie. The point what I'm trying to make is if you go, I bought AK Interactive, I'd be like, okay, I don't care. you know, I play the Nazis in my World War II game. Okay, I don't care. But the thing is with it is if someone else has a problem with it, that's also their right. You're right. Did we talk about Kendrick murdering Drake? I asked people on Twitter to explain it in Warhammer terms, which is very funny. I always want to play the bad guys in games. It keeps the game going on, but also can be used as an educational thing. Never forget the atrocities so we don't repeat them. Sadly, I think probably the opposite happens where people idolize the atrocities because they're cool and epic and had cool uniforms. Obviously, that is not everybody, but I feel like it's definitely not a small part of it. It was put me off some modded shooters like COD. Came a bit too close to gamifying career events. Yeah. My local German bolt action player has themed his paint schemes on the anime girls and Panzer. Brilliant. Very, very good. Okay. Okay, chat. My stats have just disappeared. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. Hopefully I'm still live. It looks like I am. Okay. For real, I can understand these dioramas exist for museums, but outside of that, what the fuck are you putting on your shelves and for why? Literally, like, what? Once you've painted some war crime or atrocity, what do you do with it afterwards? You know? That's the real question. Hey, JB, how you doing? Let's move on, because I don't know what else I can really add to the conversation. It's just, I don't like AK Interactive, okay? You can like them if you want to, but ultimately I don't. Also, Wednesday, myself and Tom will be streaming Darktide the miniatures game. We'll be playing a full game of this. We'll probably play a full mission. But Wednesday morning, Wednesday morning, I'll be painting the miniatures. Wednesday evening, we're going to be playing it live on stream, okay? So if you're interested in seeing Darktide the miniatures game playthrough live, we'll be playing it Wednesday evening. Okay, not Friday. I'm away Friday, but I feel like I'm away every single weekend at the minute. But Wednesday evening, we're playing a live playthrough of Darktide, so we'll actually be doing 2 streams in one day. Thanks for talking about it. The only time I'd heard of them before was people saying how good their streaking grime is. Do you know a good streaking grime? That one. By MiG. Ammo by MiG, okay? Ammo by MiG make all of the same products, but aren't an awful company. And the streaking grime is still brown. Whereas AK Interactive streaking grime, they changed the recipe. I don't care about the camera. They changed the recipe. Didn't tell anyone. But MiG, Ammo by MiG, great product, okay? This is a great product, a great company. I'm not endorsed by MiG. I just like their product. Okay, let's move on. And let's talk about Helldivers 2. Now, a lot of you may know that I am a huge Helldivers 2 fan. I very much enjoyed their game. It has one of the best multiplayer, what do you call it? Play loop? It is one of the best multiplayer combat loops of, like, the modern generation, I would say. Of modern generation games. But Helldivers 2 found itself in a lot of controversy over the past few days. And if you don't know what's happened, I'm going to give you a full timeline overview and my thoughts about the Helldivers 2 controversy that's happened over the couple of days, okay? But to sum it up, this is what happened. Things are going well. Sony. Too well. Mandatory PSN. That's essentially what's happened. Now, there are some updates after this. But the memes are very good. The memes are very, very good.
You just had to be the man. We had a good thing, you stupid son of a bitch. It was perfect. But no, you just had to blow it up. You and your pride and your ego. You just had to be the man. If you'd done your job, known your place, we'd all be fine right now. We had a...
God, gotta love a Breaking Bad reference, haven't you? Gotta cram in a Breaking Bad reference here and there. But anyway, so what happened? Let me tell you. Last week, Helldivers found itself in a little bit of controversy with specifically the PC portion of its gamers, okay? Helldivers is a game made or developed by Arrowhead Studios, but published by Sony Interactive. Okay, Sony being the guys who make the console with 0 games. Last week, they put out an announcement because whilst it is available on Steam, Helldivers 2 is essentially a Sony product. It's a Sony game. Now, when the game first launched, you had to have a PSN account or PlayStation Network account to play Helldivers 2. However, because the game was so popular, they actually let everyone bypass the PSN Network account linking to start with, and they let people play. They let people buy it all over. It's become one of the most played games ever. It is currently top. It's been top of the charts for ages. Ultimately, the community around Helldivers is pretty insane. It's pretty like, on the one hand, we did do a video about Helldivers 2 being satire, which you can always watch here afterwards. But ultimately, the community of Helldivers is a very funny one because the whole point of the game is about democracy and Super Earth, and people just roleplay all the time, but in a kind of really fun way. But ultimately, Sony put out an announcement saying, "Attention Helldivers. Due to technical issues at the launch of Helldivers 2, we allowed the linking requirements for Steam accounts We allowed the linking requirements for Steam accounts to a PlayStation Network account to be temporarily optional. That grace period will now expire. See details below in this post. Account linking plays a critical role in protecting our players and upholding the values and safety of security provided on PlayStation and PlayStation Studio games. This is our main way to protect players from griefing and abuse by enabling the banning of players that engage in that type of behavior. It also allows those players that have been banned to the right to appeal. As such, as of May 6th, which would have been today, all new Helldivers 2 players on Steam will be required to connect their Steam account to a PlayStation Network account. Current players on Steam will start to see the mandatory login from May 30th and will be required to have a linked Steam and PlayStation Network account by June 4th. PlayStation Network accounts are free and easy to set up using this link. Yada yada. We understand that while this may be an inconvenience for some of you, this step will help us continue to build a community that you are all proud to be a part of. Many thanks for your continued support of Helldivers 2, Sony Interactive. Okay. This is why I didn't notice any issues up on PS5. Yeah, fair. So ultimately, again, the linking of Helldivers of a PlayStation Network to your Steam account was like bypassed, and then they suddenly brought in the mandatory requirement again. Now on the store Steam page, it says you do need a PSN account, but ultimately they let it get bypassed. So loads of people were just playing, or pretty much everyone was playing. They didn't need to link an account. But it just they basically bypassed it because they couldn't handle the servers couldn't handle it. But then they wanted to bring it back in. Now, why they wanted to bring it back in, only Sony know. Okay, this is a decision by Sony, the publishers, not Arrowhead, the developers. And it's good to know which one's which because they are very different. But ultimately, Sony wanted to force people to have a PlayStation account to play Helldivers 2 on PC. Again, they say it's for like safety of their players or whatever, but ultimately the only people who know why they wanted to do that is Sony. And you see this all the time. You see lots of different like companies wanting to make accounts to play a certain game. Sometimes a lot of people have been like lying about this and saying that every game pretty much that's made by a different has a different publisher, such as Microsoft, forces you to make a separate account. It isn't the case a lot of the time, but there are some games that do it. But ultimately, those games that are doing it do it at the start. When that game first comes out, as soon as you log in, it says make an account, link it. Whereas Helldivers initially said that, but then they retracted it because it didn't work. And then it feels like they wanted to like kind of like pull the reins back in and bring that in. You know, they want your data. Yeah, they probably just want your data to sell it. They might want to eventually go, oh, actually, if you play any of the Sony games online, you have to have your Steam account linked so we can charge you a monthly payment. You know, maybe that's why. But ultimately, only Sony knows it's probably to do with data. But Sony went on the full offensive because they have the frequently asked questions on their website about playing PSN games or PlayStation games or essentially Sony games on PC. And it said, do I have to sign into a PSN account to play a PlayStation game on PC? And it said, signing into a PSN is optional when playing a PlayStation game on PC. However, the next day, it had been updated. Some PlayStation games may require you to sign in a link to an account for PSN. So they didn't publicly announce this, but this was just after the announcement. They actually updated their frequently asked questions to say, no, you will be required for some games, where usually before it said it was completely optional. And I think people took this news very like harshly. People were very outraged about it, you know. And you know me, normally I laugh at the outrage, but ultimately to like try and like force an account on everyone that doesn't want one, you know, like PC gamers have a PC for a reason. There's different reasons why you want a console compared to a PC, but ultimately it's all about rights and freedom and whatever. But what I'll never condone, even if you are angry about having to make a PlayStation account, is attacking people like the community managers and attacking people directly. Ultimately, to make your like to combat stuff like that, you should take proper avenues to complain. But ultimately, I can feel like that people feel pretty powerless because they don't actually see anything actively happening when they like submit a complaint via like a form or whatever, you know. But ultimately, people were outraged about it. They were trying to refund the game, even though they had put like hundreds of hours into the game. One big one was Thor of Pirate Software. He openly came out and said, I'm going to try and refund it. It doesn't matter if they deny it. I'm still making myself known. People were actively leaving negative reviews on the Steam page. But people were also attacking the people who worked at Arrowhead in the Discord. It's always the Discord and the Plebit that is just like where people just like send the most outrage. Even though, realistically, the Discord and the Reddit are probably the... Well, maybe not the Reddit. The Reddit posts can get upvoted and they can get seen by a lot of people. But attacking people on Discord is usually just like... It's just a shit thing to do because you look like an arsehole. The people moderating the Discord feel like an arsehole. And it usually doesn't lead anywhere. To a point where the community manager Spitz said, had a reply that said, it's not like this is the first or even the 14th mainstream game to require a third-party account that takes a couple of minutes to create. But if it's a deal breaker to have to take 120 seconds out of your day to enter an email and password and then forget about it, change your Steam review and make your displeasure known on a platform where it matters. So ultimately, their Spitz had like a bit of a clapback. It seems like they took it quite personally, the attacks, which is understandable if they're being attacked like on the not even on the daily, on the minute. Just like everything that they do, they're getting tagged, they're getting like loads of like horrible shit happening in the Discord. I haven't seen many screenshots of like what was specifically said, but from the response, it feels like they probably got like a lot of crap back for what happened or what was happening with the whole PlayStation linking. You know, but they were like, well, it only takes 120 seconds. It doesn't matter, which is probably not the way to phrase it. But what they did say was, if you don't want to do that, leave a review on Steam and change it, which is like ultimately the best way, because there was a lot of outrage in the Discord, a lot of outrage on Twitter, a lot of outrage on Reddit. But ultimately the best way, if you want to like show your displeasure in what a company is doing with a certain game, the best way is to leave a negative review, you know, because if negative reviews get high enough, they get delisted from the top games on Steam. They see a big fat red thing next to their game on their Steam store and they have to do something about it. Putting out a banger tweet saying game bad is not the way to do it. Now, it's the easiest way. It's the most fun way to do it, don't get me wrong. But ultimately, if you would like your voice to be heard collectively, you have to work on something collective to deal with it. And ultimately, what Spitz was trying to say is to change your Steam review to negative, you know, and say it's not a good game anymore for this reason. Ultimately, they were just like, oh, it takes 120 seconds. The problem is with the... before I get into that, again, been a lot of memes about it as well. This guy I watch on TikTok quite a lot, but here we go. Here's a good one.
Microsoft here. You're going to need an Xbox account to play Halo. Sure, that's no big deal. I'll go ahead and make an account real quick. Also, I think I'm going to download Red Dead Redemption 2.
Hey, Rockstar here. You're actually going to need to make a Rockstar account to play Red Dead 2 as well.
That's fine. As long as I can play Red Dead Redemption 2, I am happy. I'm also thinking about playing some Helldivers 2 as well. Hey, Sony here.
Oh, no, you don't, PlayStation. How dare you?
What?
Making me create an account to play a game is absolutely wrong. I can't believe you would stoop so low against us PC players.
Hey, Ubisoft here. I saw that you have Rainbow Six downloaded on Steam. You're going to need a Ubisoft account if you want to play it.
Oh, sure. No problem. Now, where was I? Oh, yes. You realize that we are the superior platform. How can you enforce these rules on us?
But you were just fine with...
Do you understand that you are going to destroy gaming with this decision? You should be ashamed of yourself.
So ultimately, there was a lot of clapback from people like around basically everywhere. But like clapping back saying, well, it's just a Steam PlayStation account. Just make one. Just make one. It takes like 120 seconds, you know. It takes 2 minutes, you know. And like the CEO of Arrowhead, the CEO of the developers, came out and said this. They said, ouch, right in the review score. Well, I guess it's warranted. Sorry to everyone for how all this transpired. I hope we'll make it up and regain the trust by providing a continued great game experience. I just want to make great games. Because people were coming out and saying, oh shit, well, if we're not happy, let's change our review. Let's try and refund the game. And again, that was like the way to combat or the way to protest the change, which is the best way. However, the problem is it's not just 120 seconds. If the PlayStation, you can't make a PlayStation account in your country. As per Ouija 4, PlayStation Network isn't supported by my country. What do I do? To which the CEO of Arrowhead said, I don't know. Which is I don't know. A little bit of a funny one. Now, ultimately, they tried to call them out, talking about, they were tweeting about Stellar Blade. If they tweet about Stellar Blade, they probably have a PlayStation account because it's only on PlayStation. However, the point being is that PlayStation, or like the PlayStation, a PSN account, can only be made in, I think it's approximately 60 countries in the world, which leaves around 130 countries that can't actually make a PSN account. Now, you could just say, well, let's make one anyway. Well, you make one anyway and they find out that you're not in the country that you're operating from. You could get banned. If you use a VPN, you can get banned. And ultimately, it breaks terms and conditions of PSN to make an account in a country and say you're from a country that you're not. And if you're not from a supported country, you shouldn't make one. So what actually happened is while some people were like, well, I don't want to make one because I'm PlayStation Master Race, or whatever, PC, because I'm like PC Master Race or whatever. Ultimately, if you were from a country that didn't have access to PlayStation or PlayStation Network, you had a game that you've been playing that as of the end of the month, you'll no longer be able to play because you won't be able to link an account, you know? And the outrage kept happening and the protest kept happening and people kept tweeting about it and saying like, this is crazy. However, the day after, this is May the 5th at this point, the day after, like people saying like the review scores coming in and stuff like that, because the review scores for Helldivers went from positive to negative very quickly. Sony speedran banning the countries, as Pirate Software tweeted. Sony has now removed access to Helldivers 2 in every region that cannot make a PSN account. Bearing in mind they initially said as of end of the month you will need one, they speedran it and made it May the 5th, Saturday. This denies access to every player that bought the game in those regions over the last several months. You can also no longer buy the game in a number of currencies tied to those regions. Never seen a golden goose killed so publicly in my life. And as you can see, it is like you can't buy it anymore, the price history. And basically, this is the list of countries. This is most of the countries that you can't actually buy Helldivers 2 now. Because they are the one of countries where PlayStation Network does not operate and isn't supported. So ultimately, we've gone from, well, just make an account, to now, don't just make an account, you can't have an account, also, you can't buy the game, and you won't be able to access the game anymore. Which is actually pretty wild, to be honest. So what happened then is people started forcing refunds to Steam for Helldivers, because they now had a product that they couldn't actually access, which was pretty wild, to be honest. Like, you couldn't actually access the product, so now Steam were starting to give out refunds, because you can't sell something to someone and then pull access for it a month later. So now all of those refund requests from certain countries that didn't have access anymore were now being approved, and Helldivers was being refunded to people's accounts. So anyway, the community manager came out later with a clear head. It felt like and said the following. Internal discussions are ongoing about the mandatory linking change, and while I can't reveal details, the response from our dev team has been pretty universally negative, and we're looking for better options. Because ultimately, this is a Sony thing. It isn't Arrowhead. It isn't really people who made Helldivers. It's people who are publishing Helldivers, you know. It's Sony Interactive that want the PSN account, you know. If a better solution isn't provided for players who are in the regions without PSN coverage, I'm assured that we won't be making the requirement mandatory for those players. Now, ultimately, they've banned it in that country currently. If you can't make a PSN account, they've currently banned it. We're not going to force people to either break Sony TOS or not play the game. And again, this is kind of where it's at, which is a really strange one because as I'm reading this, they potentially might make it not mandatory for some countries, but then make it mandatory for other countries. And then it's kind of like, well, why? Why is that the case? That's not really fair for people who can make a PSN account. I don't want to make a PSN account, but they don't have to, but I have to, which is really strange, obviously. Now, if you're playing on a PlayStation console, you have to make a PSN account because you bought a PlayStation console, but PC players don't want it. Like, ultimately, like with Sony, they've got like a really bad history of like people's data anyway, but people were mad about it, essentially. That changed the Steam announcement and the FAQ are all coming from Sony and not our team at all. At Arrowhead, even. So just to clarify, all of the notification like about the PSN linking is from Sony. I was completely unaware how many countries didn't have the ability to make a PSN account when I made that statement regarding the just make one. It only takes 120 seconds. I'm deeply regretting playing that it was so easy for everyone to just sign up and not have to worry about it. It's absolutely not our intention to force people to break Sony TOS or just not play the game if they're in a restricted region. There needs to be a better solution. Players making their displeasure known through the reviews, refunds, etc. gives us more pull in discussions with Sony. They don't read our Discord. It hurts to see the game's popularity suffering ratings, but discussions are ongoing and our team is on the side of the players in this fight. It's unrealistic to expect people to make PSN accounts in different regions to get past the account linking requirements. We are aware of the discussions that are ongoing. So that's the thing. As I said, the best way to combat, or the best way that people were fighting this, was to leave negative reviews and try to refund the game. And as you can see, they made themselves known. Over 250,000 negative reviews. It was just overwhelmingly negative. Because again, the way to protest it is to make yourself known as a collective force of like, we do not like this change. And the only way to do that, don't attack people, don't attack staff, don't attack the Discord. Maybe post on Reddit about it, but ultimately try and refund your game and to fight with negative reviews, you know? Because this is a change that people really didn't want. And for when it's starting to mess with like people's data and stuff like that, then that's understandable, you know? But ultimately, people didn't just start leaving negative reviews for Helldivers. Helldivers 2, they started negatively reviewing Helldivers 1, the original game of Helldivers, the twin-stick shooter. So people were just going through Arrowhead's games and started leaving negative reviews on all of them. Now, I'm not going to look at the reviews because ultimately, whilst most people will be doing it through goodwill, of kind of like, we're not happy with this change, ultimately people were using the reviews to leave some really derogatory or anti-Semitic comments. So it makes it difficult to support the people leaving negative reviews. But ultimately, I feel like most people are on the side of, we don't like this change, so we're going to leave a negative review. They weren't just using it for anti-Semitism. However, even though all of that happened, people were leaving negative reviews on Helldivers 1, on other games that are being published by Arrowhead, and other Sony games as well. PlayStation got the message. As of today at 5 AM, Helldivers fans, we've heard your feedback on the Helldivers 2 account linking update. The May 6th update, which would have required Steam and PlayStation Network account linking for new players and for current players beginning May 30th, will not be moving forward. Now, they have said that the May 6th update will not be moving forward, not the whole idea of not the whole idea of linking accounts. They've said this update won't be moving forward. We're still learning what is best for PC players, and your feedback has been invaluable. Thanks again for your continued support of Helldivers 2, and we'll keep you updated on future plans. So ultimately, PlayStation have backpedaled the initial update, the May 6th update that would be happening today. They haven't rescinded everything, but they've said they've pulled back backpedaled the initial update, which will be starting from today. But the CEO of Arrowhead also said, firstly, I'm impressed by the willpower of Helldivers 2 community and your ability to collaborate. Secondly, I want to thank our partners and friends at PlayStation for quickly and effectively making the decision to leave PSN linking optional. We together want to set a new standard for what a live game is and how developers and community can support each other to create the best game experiences. Ultimately, Helldivers, or Helldivers 2, Arrowhead with Helldivers 2, have made one of the strongest democratic communities on planet Earth to pretend Super Earth, and then made their own enemy, PlayStation Network, and they came together and defeated that too. The community of Helldivers is literally unstoppable. Super Earth has got it in the hat. Super Earth's fine. If they can do it in real life, they can do it in game as well. And as you can see, the review score flipped. As you can see, all the orange ones are negative reviews, and as of today, they are gaining positive reviews. They're getting like whole bunch of positive reviews all coming back to a point where the CEO said this unironically looks like a cool cape. Like a cool cape design if you take this part, like there. So if this arrives as a cape in Helldivers, that would be very sick, and I would wear that all day. It would be very, very funny if they did that. However, it's not all fun and games. Because the update has happened, but the game still can't be purchased in the following countries. So whilst Sony have backpedaled on the initial update, they still haven't you still can't buy it in these countries, okay? you still can't buy it in those countries, which is actually pretty wild. I think Pirate Software tweeted about it earlier today as well. Let me find it. There you go, found it. When this is undone, I will change my Helldivers 2 review back to positive. Anything less than reversing this is just words on social media. So whilst they haven't actually, whilst they've backpedaled on the idea of linking the accounts, the speedrun of removing it from any country that doesn't have a PSN access, they still can't access the game. So whether people can play the game still if they already have it, maybe, I don't know. But if you can't buy the game, if you're one of these countries, you can't buy the game, which means you can't join in with Helldivers currently, even though Sony Interactive and PlayStation have rescinded the update idea. So it's a real, even though we're doing like a full timeline of Helldivers 2 controversy over the weekend, it's still ongoing because again they've pulled the support from these countries, and again it is like I think it's like 60% of the world. You know, there's like 190 countries, and I think there's like 190 odd countries, and I don't think 177 is like you can't purchase it in 177 countries, but the ones without access is close to like 130 as far as I'm aware. But all of these countries can't access Helldivers 2 right now, or can't buy Helldivers 2. Whether they can actually play it, I don't know. But that's where Helldivers 2 controversy is at the moment. That's the full timeline of Helldivers 2, and that was the controversy that happened over the weekend. So if you missed out on why people were tweeting and being angry about Helldivers 2, then that is everything. I think that was everything. I think so. If I missed anything, chat, let me know. You can only buy it in 18 out of 198 countries, which is just absolutely wild, to be honest. So it's pretty crazy, to be honest. Japan, no, it's not available in Japan because I think they have a separate PlayStation network, as far as I'm aware. Divers together strong, literally. Someone said the removal of sale was down to Valve and not Sony. I wonder if that's true. Maybe, but it's going to be ultimately Sony who's going to have to like reinstigate it and like go and sort it out, right? We didn't know that the third front in the war for Super Earth was in the real world and would be against Sony. Great game development. The role playing's getting a bit ridiculous now, chat. To be honest. Places where people can leave their trash takes for free anonymously are bad. I'm shocked. Yeah, literally. Just quick catching up. We're just having a scroll up chat, see if there's anything I missed. Instead of Super Earth, it's just 15% Earth. Well, is the game worth a move to a new country? Maybe. Maybe. I think that might be worth it. But yeah, like I don't know if or when Sony are gonna like get these countries access to Helldivers 2 again. But it's pretty crazy that it's like it's only been down for a couple of days, but it's still a lot of the world that now can no longer access Helldivers. But I think that's everything. I think that's the full timeline of what happened with Helldivers 2 this weekend. And if anything else has happened, I'll try and keep you up to date. But I'm a huge fan of the game. I think the game's great. But ultimately, this is down to Sony. This is all Sony's doing. It's not people who make the game. It's not people who designed it. It's not people who drew the artwork. Not people who made the music. It's ultimately the people who give them a budget and then take the profit. You know, it's all down to Sony coming down and say we want access to that data. Again, Sony are well known for like leaks throughout the years. So do you remember when PlayStation Network went down for like 2 weeks because they got hacked and then people's customer data got leaked? And as recent, I believe, as of October 2023, a load of PlayStation employee data got leaked as well. It's understandable why people might not want to ultimately access it, but also, just in general, if you're on PC, why do you have to make a PlayStation account, you know, to play a game? Which just seems a bit silly. So, anyway, I think that's everything for Helldivers 2. My daughter got the Bluetooth Sony headset from her grandparents. She wrestled with it for 10 minutes, already having had a full day, and then kindly asked for any headset that was not a Sony. What's this about Sony headsets? What have I missed? Also to see the company making changes based on backlash. Now, if we can just bully GW into changing the games. That's the thing. I think boycotts can be very... I think there's like a weird thing with boycotts because ultimately a lot of the time boycotts are like crazy and just like wild, to be honest, and just like not needed. But ultimately what the Helldivers controversy has showed is that like people working together can make a big difference in something that they are passionate about. Now I think messing with personal data is a good reason to boycott a company. But if we're going to start saying, well, we should keep boycotting female custodies, then maybe that's getting the wrong idea, you know? The last time I owned a PlayStation was over a decade ago. My data was leaked. I was given 3 free games. Felt like it was fair. Did I buy the next PlayStation? No. And that's because there's no games. I was recounting one of the many times I've had issue with Sony products. Okay. I think it's just because it's spread over a few messages. I'm not sure what's going on. No, bully them into making a data slate. Yeah, boycott them for a data slate, not for anything else. People boycott Deathwatch so much that the rumors are they may be squatted. I don't think Deathwatch will be squatted. PlayStation has a load of games. It's just that no one could buy them in their country. No, it has no games. It nearly didn't have Helldivers either. Mike gets like Bloodborne isn't his favorite games. That's the only game that the only games that PlayStation has is Bloodborne and Demon's Souls. Well, Bloodborne is slowly becoming a lost media because they won't remaster it. They should just put it on fucking Steam. Or put it on the PS5. It's only for the PS4. It's going to be lost media eventually. Anyway, I think that's all the controversies. I think I've pretty much covered everything I wanted to. The only other thing I wanted to cover was just like fucking grifters in Warhammer, but I don't think I can be bothered. I think I've been too angry this evening. But the stream's not doing so well either because I think YouTube's is having issues that people are just clicking off. So I'm probably going to call it a day there. I'm probably going to call it a day. I think that's probably the wisest thing to do. But it's been fun. It's been fun tonight. Kind of. The second part was fun. Grums said you wouldn't dare cover him. I don't think Grums knows who I am, and I like to keep it that way. It didn't help that Sony shuttered a few good studios like Studio Liverpool and Japan Studios. Sure, they didn't make super hits, but they made good niche games. What did they make? Anyway, Chatterinos. It's been fun. It's been emotional. And it's been fun. It's been good. I was to get you to talk about drama. It's our lifeblood. Look, the drama's been fun. Some of it has, anyway. But ultimately, we can't have all the drama in one go. You know? Let's have some drama in another time. Because, whilst the fun is over today, it is not over forever. It is only over until Wednesday morning for the morning news, where I'm sure we'll be talking about even more drama that's happening around the community and around the internet as a whole. On Wednesday, I'll be live at 10 a.m. with the morning news, and I'll also be live at 8 p.m. playing a live playthrough of Darktide, which I painted for a video yesterday. It'd be really cool if you went and checked out the video. If you haven't already, you can click my name, which is around here, and go watch yesterday's video about my problem with Darktide. Okay, but we'll be painting some models in the morning, or I might be painting some models on the Wednesday morning. Ultimately, we'll be playing it live on Wednesday evening at 8 p.m. Okay, so I'm going to be live twice on Wednesday instead of Friday. Okay, so thanks for watching. Thank you so much for hanging out. Thank you for all your support. Thanks for all the gifted memberships and the resubs. If you haven't already, now's a good time to become a member. And we painted that a day. I did paint it a day, yeah. Ultimately, it's been fun. It's been emotional. But I'll be live twice on Wednesday, okay? In the morning and the evening. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you for my members. And I'll catch you next time. Bye-bye now.